What is the Libra opportunity? In many ways, it is the realization of the blockchain dream. Just like the web platform brought with it a new paradigm where any individual could publish to the entire world and have two-way communication, blockchain is bringing new principles. The lack of need for trusted intermediaries, the traditional ones being financial institutions and government, immediately simply by doing that, providing less friction and more efficiency. The absence of the type of fees that we've had in the past that have added costs, certainly for those with few resources. The real-time nature of the platform where we can go cross-border in a much more expedient way. And one of the principal beneficiaries of this approach could be those that are unbanked. The numbers are still staggeringly high. Over 1.7 billion at the moment are unbanked. Those are people without birth certificates, people without official documentation or identification. And in a contradictory way, it is very expensive to be poor. That is, for those that have the least, things cost the most. Fees, interest rates, and the like are very, very high. If you look at the remittances of immigrant populations all over the world, they pay tens of billions of dollars yearly to financial institutions simply for the right to be able to send funds abroad. Not only that, if they engage in loans, they are also paying higher fees than the rest of the population. This population itself, it makes up about close to a third of the global population. So this is certainly a huge opportunity to be able to provide a service to those that have not participated up until now in the global economy. The other huge opportunity here is although blockchain has surprisingly and against all odds realized public platforms that have been running for close to 10 years or over 10 years in the case of Bitcoin, it is really for nerds. Those that are starting to use this have to figure out what a hash is, what a block is, might get questions such as, why do I need a key pair? And there's certainly no customer service in the sense that if you make a mistake, there is no recovery. There is no central institution. Remember, the goal is to decentralize and to remove trusted third parties. So if you make a mistake, you are caught. There is no recovery. And there is no place that you can call. So this certainly makes it very challenging, and only for those that have a great deal of technical knowledge and that are willing to gain the domain expertise to be able to transact in this environment. There's also been scalability challenges. The public blockchains have achieved a great deal. However, when compared to the financial gateways, such as those of Visa and others, they underperform by a great amount. The other challenge is volatility. The roller coaster movement of the currency makes it inaccessible, but for those that are very, very aggressive. If you owe money in cryptocurrency, the volatility makes it very, very scary. If you're holding cryptocurrency, it's certainly also challenging. So when it comes to business transactions and everyday stability, you do not have that in the public blockchains that exist at the moment. The other challenge is also acceptance of this cryptocurrency. Certainly in Silicon Valley and in other places, in Cambridge, you can go to breakfast and pay in cryptocurrency, but this is not accessible throughout the world. And as mentioned before, it is certainly difficult to use. Facebook and its partner ecosystem are presenting a new opportunity. They have 7 million advertisers, 90 million small businesses, 2.5 billion in their combined user base of applications, and 15 years delivering applications. So they have experience, they have a vast ecosystem, and they have an opportunity to create something that is polished, that is easy to use, that could have a great success. So the goal overall is to be able to create a new global payment method, one that is frictionless across borders, that is frictionless across the world, that is faster than the mechanisms that currently exist, that are slow, that tax the populations, and that are limited to the current gateways, the trusted intermediaries. So there's less fees, and they're accessible to the unbanked, and it has also an agility that hasn't existed before. Any of the coalitions that have come together, nations, to create a currency, have not created a digital platform that could have access by today's digital enterprises and business. The goal of this platform is to do that precisely. And so there's a tremendous amount of benefit here that is coming together from several domains. And it also has the benefits of having more stability than those constructs that have been proposed in the past through decentralization. Even though it is permission, a lot has been learned in the last few years of running decentralized networks that are permission to provide greater stability, not as much as the public networks, but still great stability. And the last thing that I'll mention is this is more than just description at the moment. You can navigate to the test net. It is already live, and you can start to learn about this ecosystem. If you are a developer or have a technical team, you can start to create applications. If you're interested in the policy aspects of this, there's also great documentation as to what the approach is going to be. And there's really a great deal of resources that have been put forward for this idea and this opportunity.